Hello, kitties out there in loathsome land.
Meow.
The, the, the skies are clouding, the clouds are dropping their soft, flaky wares down upon thine rolling hills. I, I don't, your trees, plastic petroleum trees are decorated with little gewgaws festooned with garbage that your granny bought at Walmart and she can't see and she smells like mothballs and you're so excited because under the tree is that huge box that your dad put like socks in because he's a dick and likes to trick you and mom is locked up in the bedroom with the neighbor because dad said they needed extra money and you don't know what that's about because it's Christmas time in Loathsome Town and this is Loathsome Things, a horror movie podcast.
I'm trying to figure out what is that in. It's like It's a Wonderful Life meets Forrest Gump meets
a crack
Black
war
Christmas,
house.
the middle one meets John's like childhood trauma.
Isn't mom gonna help open presents? Mom's opening her present right now.
Yeah. Mom's getting a whole load of presents right now.
And as always, with me, my name's John. With me, as always, is my co-host Josh. Josh, you are in a different room.
I'm in a different room. I am caretaking for our cat who scratches her chin because of allergies until it is bloody and scabbed and infected. So she is wearing a cone of discombobulation and has not been able to function as a biological being without constant human comfort. So I'm in the bedroom. I apologize if this episode is more echoey than normal. I'm trying my best and petting a kitty while we record.
Poor cat. That's horrible. And I'm laughing.
It's funny. I'll send you gross pictures of her like pussy, gross, cut open neck.
Oh, poor thing. God, that's horrible. Right.
Yeah, not great. Not great. But other things are great. Speaking of things that are great, John, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I have one class left with this fucking...
You're shitting me.
...thing. No, I know. And I'm totally gonna pass it, so thank God.
Hell yeah.
God is good.
John. All right. So hold your horses. I want to hear more about your time, but I have to circle us back around to thy neighbor because I had a thought the other day.
Oh.
And there's a little bit more depth in that movie than I gave it credit for, so I wanted to bring this up. John, do you remember a throwaway scene in that movie? It was complete garbage. It didn't make a lick of sense, but the pastor boy had to go to the hospital so that he could do prays with a dying guy.
Yes.
And his hot hairspray assistant was like, "You've got to go, pastor. He's fading fast." Like, no, come on. That's not a thing. Well, anyway, then he came home to his wife with a big old pair of wet testicles because he had gotten to pray with a dying person. And he was just so horny about the fact that that person had absolute certainty about where they were going in the afterlife. It was a complete throwaway moment. It wasn't even worth talking about because it wasn't emphasized. It just really blew big, fat, yellow and white chunks all over the place.
Right.
But then, at the endwards of the movie, whenever he murders the small neighbor man with his fists, the last thing that his neighbor says is, "Do you think God is mad at me?" And that then is him. He's like pastoring over a lost flock member who is now dying by his hand without the certainty of where he will go in the afterlife. You see, John, the earth is flat.
Oh.
Also, possibly a circle.
Fucking hell. God damn it.
Yes? Yes?
Correct.
You're not wrong there, buckaroo.
Oh, that movie was so bad.
It was real bad, but that made me at least forget one of the haircuts for a minute. So, John,
yeah.
You've got one class left. You're gonna be teaching, I hear. You're gonna be giving a lesson as part of your like final examen.
Yeah, they don't do final exam things, so technically it's just a last class, and all I technically am responsible for in that class is teaching one final 45-minute session, because you have to teach 6 hours total, which is like 8 45-minute teaching sessions or something like that. So I had my 7th one last week, and this upcoming week will be the final week of class, and I'm teaching on that day. And I passed all the other papers, so that's done, except the one I failed. No, I'm good. I did really well on my last lesson, so I just have to get this one over with, and then I will be squirtified. Wait.
Nice.
Yeah.
By Cambridge?
Cambridge, yes. It's a Cambridge ELTS, English language for as a second language kind of thing. It's like an ESL deal, basically.
Nice. Yeah. That's rad. And we've been on this journey with you the whole motherfucking time.
Yeah, and it's been riveting. I'm looking forward to having like all day Saturday to do whatever the fuck I want, which means sleep.
Yeah, that is the good shit right there.
That's it. That's the plan. Either that or walk, maybe, if the weather's good.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You used to go for walks and maybe, like, occasionally fights with people or whatever.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Trying to defend myself against guys kicking me.
Yeah. The first rule of Fight Walk is you never talk about Fight Walk.
Fight Walk. So after last week where we watched last episode, we watched such a terrible movie. Fortunately, I went ahead and picked a really terrible movie to follow it up. Because this movie fucking sucks ass.
You know what? I'm going to fight you on that because I think this movie's kind of awesome.
Oh, wow. Okay, awesome. I hated it.
I thought you would like it because you're like a Jodorowsky guy, and this is like, what if Jodorowsky only had scrap wood parts to work with?
And hung out with Lloyd Kaufman all day.
Oh my god, did you read into all of that shit?
No, is that a thing?
Oh, yeah, okay, so the pastor man, the guy who's like, God wants me to be financially stable.
Yeah.
That is Bob Zamuda, who...
Oh, him.
Yeah. He produced Andy Kaufman Plays Carnegie Hall, and played Andy Kaufman's butler, Tony Clifton, and then also produced Man on the Moon and appeared in Batman Forever and The Number 23 with Jim Carrey. So he's a weird Andy Kaufman and Jim Carrey as Andy Kaufman guy.
Yeah, Bob Zamuda's great, because back when Andy Kaufman used to do his pro wrestler thing where he was challenging women to wrestle, Bob Zamuda would show up as Tony Clifton, his manager, but sometimes it was Andy Kaufman in costume, sometimes it was Bob Zamuda. Yeah, I was like, Bob Zamuda's in this movie?
Yeah. Yeah. It's fucking great. There's little like folk sprinkled all throughout this movie that like weird toothy Father Time guy's old screenwriter that like wrote Ocean's 11 and all kinds of stuff.
So weird. I know. It's like he got all his buddies, I guess.
Yeah. He's got a strong buddy support group. Frank Henenlotter on down. Apparently, Frank Henenlotter hired him for that first movie when he was 17, and everyone was like, dude, this is a kid, what are you doing? And Frank was like, I like his style.
I mean, his effects are fantastic. His makeup effects are amazing.
Oh, man, this movie just, like, really goes for it. That St. Bernard head is disgusting. The scene where the lady's legs get rolled over, and then it's just, like, scraggly, empty flesh bones, like, top-notch shit.
And she moves her thighs, and the gross bony leg things move with them. And it's like it looked so lo-fi, but it looked real. It was like, how the fuck did they do that?
How did they fucking do that?
It was amazing.
Yeah. And you're not wrong. This movie is pretty terrible, but
the story is so fucking pretentious. It's like, is he trying to be serious? This is like a real story about a drug-addicted, down-and-out conductor?
Yeah. Or maybe non-conductor? I don't know. But yeah. There are times that it reaches high points, and then there are other times where a man with no legs pours actual bags of salt into the wounded non-legs of a lady he just ran over with his car.
Yes.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah. And she's like, my legs. And he's like, you bitch.
Dude, you don't have any legs either. What the fuck?
What's happening?
Why is this happening right now? What?
That is the central question of this movie. Why is this happening right now?
It's like, I mean, it felt 50% like just some goofy spoof just for fun, and 50% his attempt at making an art house film. But
yeah.
But it was just, it fails miserably in that respect. But as an effects showcase, I wanted like more effects. Like I thought it would be more over the top. I mean, instead of having all this weird exposition that didn't make any fucking sense, like the wood blocks and the drug paraphernalia everywhere and windows. What's up with the windows? I don't know.
Man, there's a lot of symbolism going on. It's a lot of metaphor. It's I have no idea. I have no idea.
I mean, it's got Bob Zamuda in it, so I feel like Andy Kaufman was notorious for taking the piss about everything, so maybe this is his way of thumbing his nose at David Lynch or people like that. Like, this is not this pretentious nonsense. I can do anything on screen and people will take it seriously. I mean, I just don't know, because the guy's so weird.
He's so weird, but I tell you what, let me see. There's an interview with him about it. I'll find a link for it in a second. He did an interview about it, and no, like, this is all the way his sincere attempt at making a like metaphor heavy art film, basically. Like,
wow.
He went all in on this. And he wasn't even in charge of the special effects for this movie because he was so involved in the camera work. Like, he did almost all of the actual cinematography for this movie, which he didn't do for Skin Deep. So he was, like, all the way in on this.
I mean, the camera work's great. It looks, it's shot well. The picture quality was really good. I was surprised.
Yep.
The Damned was in it. That was fucking awesome. It just had...
is that who that was?
That was The Damned, yeah.
That's awesome.
I was like, wait, I know who this is. Oh my god, it's The Damned.
They're just here for 1 second, but there they are.
Just wanted to throw The Damned in there, but okay.
Yeah.
What a weird movie, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, there's a lot to go into, but I fucking dig it. Also, there's Katie Sullivan in here. She plays Miss Roadkill.
Yeah.
Most recently, she was Esther in Dexter New Blood.
Mm-hmm.
And the only other thing that I wanted to call out is Gabe's most recent work was as in makeup effects for a movie that came out this year, a horror comedy called Fuck My Son.
Nice. Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah.
I guess the guy in the gas mask, James Ojala, he's a makeup effects guy. So I guess that was one of his buddies. Of course, Warwick Davis is in this.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah.
The amazing Warwick Davis.
The original. Yeah.
Yes.
Looking ripped, too. Did you see, like, the guns on that guy?
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, he looked freakish. I'm like, wow, isn't he like 80 years old now or something? Not,
Man, I bet no one's ever said that about him.
Strictly from a muscular standpoint. That little man was jacked.
3.5 feet of pure riptide.
That guy probably benches 40 pounds.
Oh no. I fucking love Warwick Davis, and this was not one of his greatest roles, but he was still great in it. He's great in everything he is. I love that he pulled out that little piece of bark to look at it with. I was like, that is such the touch.
Yeah, he was just underused, that's all. I mean, he just didn't have much to say or do. He was only on screen for like a minute or maybe two.
Yeah. And according to the credits, he was playing Othello.
Yeah, it's like, what? Okay.
Why not?
Othello, the wood junkyard guy.
Yeah. Yeah, so, okay, so that's one of the things. You were talking about windows. There is so much fucking wood in this movie.
Yeah.
It starts with, I think, Benjamin Franklin's kite.
Right.
And then he goes to Paris and starts getting pieces of wood stuck to him until he's just like encased like a cocoon, and then a French lumberjack cuts him out of it.
Yeah.
And then there's Warwick's firewood kingdom and all sorts of doors and portals and windows that you walk on, and there's this one where it's like the rafters, but the rafter, I think wood stands for transformation in this movie. Okay. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that wood is transformation, and like there's all of these things where he goes through like windows and doors, and I think there's a lot of like womb and birth canal and chrysalis business going on. Like that French lumberjack cutting him out of the wood, I think is supposed to be like him being birthed into a second chance or whatever.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Maybe.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. It was funny because I really didn't know, I didn't really read much about it or anything when I started watching it. And then, so I started taking notes, but of course, it didn't take long before I was like, this is a total waste of time. There's, like, I made regular notes, cut to this, so then this happens. And then finally I just got to the point where I was like, there's no point going on here. Time to wing it. And then I just...
So, go ahead, yeah.
Well, yeah, then I just wrote this long paragraph of random things that I made note of. And there's no point to any of it.
Well, one of the things that I am glad is that you chose this movie, and so it's up to you to tell us what happens in it. So, John, why don't you tell us... explain this movie to us.
Okay, I'm gonna go off my notes because it'll make as much sense as anything else. Weird creature about to skydive from back of plane. Cut to cool industrial credits. Okay. Stop on page of sheet music in a street frame. Person runs by, steps on it, and we follow. Lab coat guy Bernard breaks, because I thought he was wearing a lab coat until I realized he was wearing a conductor getup. Breaks into a building at night, clutching a bag. Man, it didn't need to be this way. Life used to be simple, pure. Cut to Bernard as a kid who could hear beats and control them in real life. Then we enter into a series of warehouse-type places with ladders and wood and saws and woodworking and weird strobe lights, sometimes slow motion, wood shops, lots of wood cutting, grinding. Some guy with a gas mask makes a conductor's baton. I had to look that up. It's called a baton.
Yeah.
Hands it to young Bernard. We are suddenly in a music store, and Bernard is looking at instruments, pretending to do conducting. Then he was walking through some weird house thing into a backyard where he conducts an invisible orchestra for stupid children. Then some weird man with red glasses gives Bernard miming instructions on how to conduct. And then all of a sudden Bernard is an adult, and now we're following him fully dressed in his conductor getup around a city, Los Angeles. He sits down and suddenly notices drug paraphernalia all over the ground by his feet. Rolling papers, pipes, whatever. And it's like glass, like a flat window.
And one bottle of Visine.
That's right. He crosses the window, and now he's in a mortuary, apparently. Or, I mean, in a funeral home or whatever, and sees weird blocky wood sculpture thingies and freaks the fuck out. Then it goes dark, more strobe lights, weird shit happens, and he freaks the fuck out some more. Then he enters another music store type thing, passes through a weird house, and I already did that part. And then he screams. Oh, wait. Where the heck? Oh, that's weird. It like cut me ahead. That on my notes. Great. Well, that makes sense because it goes along with the movie. Anyways, then he's like, eventually he's conducting in front of an actual audience, like in a theater, and then all of a sudden he starts screaming and his head explodes, and like a cartoonishly drawn eyeball that turns into a head pops out of his neck hole, and then all of a sudden he's Bernard again, but then we see an eyeball with a curly worm tail hanging from it floating through the theater down the center aisle while people laugh and are disgusted. And then it goes outside and suddenly turns into Bernard again, just in time to hop into a car and drive away from the security guard that's chasing him. Then I put, there's no point in going on here, time to wing it. So here's where it gets stream of consciousness even more than before. St. Bernard carcass, LA freeway, carries it around, bags it, sees church, goes in, sits on pew, old man gives sermon and sneezes a lot, tithes those attending, Bernard declines, pastor asks what's in the bag, wants it, has dollars in his eyes, chases Bernard, now covered in dollars, slips out a door into downtown and walks around while people steal dollars off him, which causes him pain. They strip him all the way down to his white suit, and then the founding fathers play football in the rain. Bernard,
but not actually the founding fathers. It's Benjamin Franklin, Andrew Jackson, and right. Abraham Lincoln.
A foul-mouthed Abraham Lincoln. Then he is suddenly inside just destroyed bus. We see some guys with cone heads wrestle an old man. A chicken sits on a shelf. Bernard runs through Paris. People gawk. He picks up a lot of wood along the way, reaches the Eiffel Tower, gets chainsawed in his wood encasing, leaves the wood, runs away. Back in L.A., the damned play a club. He wanders outside a dilapidated police station at night hooked up to a rope. He begs the cops to help to no avail. He's in a dark warehouse-looking room, flickering lights, in a the hallway full of wine bottles. Suddenly, he's following a lady cop with half her hair cut off, who is covered in keys and can't seem to open a door, and then suddenly opens the door and lets him in to see the chief. There's broken glass all over the floor, lights flickering. He's still bound by a rope, which goes under the door behind him. The chief of police I don't even know what the fuck is going on. He looks like an ogre. He has like an ogre head. And
yeah,
he's sitting in this weird chair and has a neck brace, and he's all hooked up to all these weird cables and pipes and tubes and stuff. I don't know what the fuck's going on. He's chugging wine.
Pounding bottles of wine. It's amazing.
Just slamming entire bottles of wine and throwing them, smashing them on the floor. And then he suddenly starts trying to get up, and he's struggling and wheezing. And some guy off to the side tells Bernard to step back off the chief's oxygen tube. So he does. Oh, I'm sorry. And then the chief relaxes back into his chair and orders Bernard to stand on some sort of platform thing and has him throw pennies into a wet tray. And then Bernard says he's turning himself in and that he's being followed and needs help. The chief blows him off, and then he leaves the chief and finds a fat kid stamping guilty on paper. And then he backs up against a wall, and a lady's arm breaks through the wall. He crawls through the wall hole and starts banging her hippie dreadlocked ass. She's covered in like rags and bones and is fascinated.
Yeah.
Fascinated with the Saint Bernard head that she wants. They have sex because okay. And then she takes the dog carcass and is immediately like assaulted by stick men covered in hair branches.
I love those stick men. Those are awesome.
It was like stop motion, or I don't know. It was pretty cool.
It looked cool.
Yeah, they take the absolutely gruesome St. Bernard carcass away. Then a van comes out of nowhere and runs over her legs, which basically explode and are just disgusting. And then the door opens from the van, and this legless man comes out with his pants rolled up to his stumps, and hand walks over to her, and then starts yelling at her, and then goes back to his van and gets out a bag of salt and pours salt all over her, calls her a bitch, and drives away. Somehow Bernard gets the carcass back. I forget how. Yeah. Doesn't matter. And takes off.
Oh, the hair stick figures intervene on his behalf.
Oh, okay. That's what it is. So he takes off. He meets Warwick Davis in what looks like a junkyard, but is entirely comprised of wood, like logs.
Yeah.
Davis hypnotizes Bernard, sort of, with a pocket watch, and then says a bunch of dumb shit. And I don't know what's going on. Bernard, now hypnotized, sees like some sort of like mental vision of weird wood stuff. More weird wood stuff, and a laughing white-haired old man. Davis sends Bernard on his way because something good has happened, apparently, as far as I can tell. So now he is conducting from a pickup truck car in some sort of wooden throne thing. They're driving along out in the country, and all of a sudden the guy stops and kicks Bernard out with his wand, and he's now along a dirty dirt road by open fields. He comes to a street that like perpendicular to where he's walking, and there's like this wooden cube made out of like bricks of
varnished
wood
blocks.
Like wood blocks on his left, and a carcass sculpture on his right, and then a carcass sculpture on his left. I don't know what the fuck's going on there, but why start now?
He's having to choose between the wood symbol and the whatever the like his faith, I think, because he refers to the Saint Bernard head that he carries in a bag as his faith, and it is constantly rotting and falling apart and becoming less and less. And so this is him choosing the varnished wood instead of the giant carcass pile.
Of course.
Yeah.
So he takes the wood block cube direction, and the sun is setting. And then we see a bloody rubber baby doll fall like towards the camera from above through, and like there's a window basically there with like drug paraphernalia stuff on top of it. The baby hits that, bloody baby hits that, the glass breaks. Sure. And then we see Warwick Davis screaming silently in a slow-mo. And then Bernard enters a town at night, walks around a mobile home, which I thought was a train at first, and then enters to find a labyrinth made of wood blocks and bad lighting. He wanders around, sees a fire in the wood room, sweats on his lip a lot, finds a minicam tower filming him, sees a trophy for conducting with his name on it, sees an old man in coveralls eyeballing him, and it's his Uncle Ed. And we see that Ed is keeping a weird dragon bird business situation in some sort of cage/water tank situation. I don't know what the fuck that was. Ed talks a bunch of shit, feeds the creature, like fish food or something, takes Bernard's photo with a digital camera, talks more shit. Bernard cries like a bitch while Ed strokes his hair. Then all of a sudden, Ed gets a mutant alien boner and stands up and comes after Bernard and says, "You'll always be my favorite." Then Ed whacks Bernard with a stick. I guess it was his baton.
Yeah.
Bernard takes it away, whacks him back, and cuts a gaping wound in Ed's arm, which was amazing. And then Bernard slaps Ed, who like sprays liquid and miniature musical instruments out of his mouth. And then Ed peels his pinky like a banana, and we see dripping pipes, and then Ed goes cyber saxophone and attacks Bernard. They fight. Ed turns into a giant latex ancient old man makeup. His cyber sax arm grows extra long. Water splashes everywhere. Fully cyber monsterized, Ed comes for Bernard, who backs up. Bernard busts out a skull from the St. Bernard's skull that's now bleached and clean from his bag.
Yeah.
Tells Ed that, oh, look, there's an angel, which is a big fat guy giggling in a diaper with angel wings. Yes. Ed is now kind of turning into the dragon bird, like this giant monster thing, who screams. Wood closes in. It rains indoors. Saxo Cyber Monster Dragon Bird Ed attacks again. They fight in rain strobes. They fall through a glass door. Bernard falls into a giant thing of water and sinks. Ed is Ed again. Looking at him through the doorway, we see Ed home movie of him with some lady. And then we see the wood room with the lights and stuff, and Ed is fucking around in the room, whatever. The dog skull sinks down into the murky blue water, fade to black, and then my final note, fuck me into the sun for eternity. And there it is, the greatest film ever made.
I want to say that, like, it's obvious that there was some stuff that he was tackling in Skinned Deep, because you can see those same things show up here.
Yeah.
Like, I think this is the one where he finally, like, got it out of his system.
Yeah.
Like, the scene where he's covered in dollar bills and people are peeling dollar bills off, that was something that was in Skin Deep. There was, like, the walls or furniture or something were plastered with dollar bills. There's all kinds of weird little nods to that in there. And John, did you watch the movie twice?
No, there's no fucking way I could watch that movie twice.
Dude, I so heavily recommend watching it a second time because you will fucking catch things. I am going to watch it a third time.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
I did like Static Boy, who is the first thing you see.
Oh, man!
I forgot to mention Static Boy, who looks like a giant pinto bean with an evil, like, crazy smiling rictus grin on his face, who diarrhea shits vomit water out of his asshole, and then his grin gets even bigger, and his eyes are static like a TV, and that's all we see of Static Boy.
Yep. And then fucking Bernard jumps into the puddle of shit water, and it transports him to the underwater musical instrument place that we see at the end of the movie. But then Miss Roadkill is like, oh no, we're not done, and pulls him up out of the shit water so that they can have what she referred to, let me see, I have the note here, as one forceful act of physical intimacy.
But she is sure to let him know ahead of time that she never does it without with her socks off. She always wears her socks, and then of course wears like almost everything else she still had on.
Just keeps it all on,
but also socks.
And then after they in their post-coital nap snuggle, he has a dream about getting his hair cut, and then the haircut ends up turning into those hair stick figure guys who come to his rescue. They start running immediately in his dream to his rescue in the real world, and then her dream is a flashback to her childhood where her mom is fucking some dude in the back of a classic car, and then all she has to play with is a puddle of roadkill, and so she becomes the Miss Roadkill, and her big thing is after her legs are all ruined and are just like ragged bones, she's actually happy about it because now she can be just like her favorite babies.
Yeah, and I totally forgot about the skydiving turkeys. The skinned, like dead, skinned, ready to be roasted in the oven turkeys, and the three scantily clad people who are waiting to catch them, who are catapulting bad drawings into the air that go nowhere because they're just little pieces of paper.
They're drawing the shape of the turkey. It's like an outline. And then they're using this tiny little catapult to get the pieces of paper out to where the turkeys are going to land, but the catapult isn't big enough, and then there's a giant catapult, and it like, hallelujah!
And then they catch all the turkeys land by them, and the man with giant buboes all over his body who had some bizarre skin condition, he's running around in his underwear, and the other two are exultant.
Yeah.
As one would be when gifted with parachuting turkeys.
Yeah. Yeah, and he even had a special choreographer who was a Olympic skydiver who did all of the filming for the turkeys jumping out of the plane. It was 2 days of filming, throwing raw turkey or chicken or whatever out of a plane, and then filming them as they parachute down.
I know, it was crazy. I was like, I can't believe they actually did this. This is clearly real. And somebody is skydiving around shooting it.
Yeah. Yeah, he even talks about, he's like, it's the kind of thing that it would cost way less money to do digitally, and it's the kind of thing where if you believe it and it's done digitally, that's great, but if you don't believe it and it's done digitally, then it'll ruin the whole fucking thing. So he didn't even want to try. He was like, let's just throw raw poultry out of a plane and hire a specialist to film it.
As it parachutes down into Los Angeles.
Yeah. It's amazing.
This movie is fucking bonkers.
Yeah, all the way to Bonkers Town in a way that Skinned Deep wasn't even.
Yeah.
So, he said that this is, like, all of this was supposed to be, like, dream logic. Like, not just pure art house, but he's fascinated with the idea of dream logic and how scenes transform to other scenes without, any rhyme or reason to it. He's big into that, and so he was trying to tell a story through the medium of dream logic, and this is what came of it.
I mean, that's exactly how it plays too. I guess to his credit, that's exactly how it plays as you're watching it. I mean, it's much like a dream. But, it's, of course, that's the thing about dreams is that, they're fascinating to the person who has the dream, and everybody else wants to jump off a fucking bridge when they have to hear about it. Or watch it for an hour and a half. Or whatever.
Yeah.
This movie was interminable to me. Like, at the halfway point, I was just like, fuck me. This movie is just halfway over? God damn it.
Yeah, I got pretty dismayed at the beginning. I was like, oh, okay. And then once it started, like whenever his uncle is like, and hands, and hands, and hands, and hair. I was like, oh, this is wonderful. And then as soon as I figured out what was going on, I was like, oh, fuck no. And I ended the movie. I watched it through the first time and I fucking hated it. I was so angry. I was so angry. And then today I was like, you know what? I'm going to put this on in the background while I do work, and I'm going to watch it a little. And I started watching it and I was like, oh shit, that's connected to the other thing that I didn't notice. So I gave this movie a 6/6.
Interesting. Wow. Yeah, I guess Saint Bernard was molested by his uncle, obviously. Now, he had a history of being molested by his uncle, which is pretty tragic. But no, I gave it a 6 because I fucking hated it. The effects were cool. I would have liked more effects craziness and less Necromantic 2 style surrealism. It was just, it's like, I just saw that where two naked people sit at a table eating soft-boiled eggs and talking bullshit, and that was terrible. And then this was like 110 minutes of the same thing, basically. I mean, oh, God.
For some reason, the fact that they're soft-boiled makes it so much grosser to me.
They have like a bowl of them, and they're just like whacking the tops off and eating them with spoons.
It'd be so much better if they were hard-boiled, where they're gray and powdery in the middle, and they're just munching down and flecks are coming out of their mouth while they talk. I'd watch that movie for 3 hours.
Yeah, so they ate the shells and everything? That would be great.
Yes.
Yeah, this movie, I did not care for it. I pretty much fucking hated it, but I did like the effects. And there were some things that I did like, but overall, I hated this movie.
Nice. I think that is a perfectly valid opinion of this film, and one that I shared with you up until like 2 hours ago.
I just saw that first bit in the trailer that shows Static Boy like vomiting out of his asshole, and I was just like, perfect. This is going to be great.
Yeah.
What could be wrong?
That's a 10 out of 10 if I've ever seen one. Yeah, I remember when we did Skinned Deep, I looked into this and I saw the picture where it's him, and instead of his head being a brain, it was instead covered in alarm clocks and stuff, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be the exact same fucking thing, and then it's totally not the exact same fucking thing. It's just very similar.
Yeah, that movie is out there. That's a wild, it is a very wild movie, I'll say that. Gabe Bartalos or whatever.
Yeah, Gabe Bartalos. I mean, there's gotta be some stuff, like, from his psyche that's bleeding in here. I think
yeah.
the fact that it's Saint Bernard and his name is Gabriel might have something to do with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're the kind of person that liked Beau is Afraid, I would definitely recommend this movie. Especially if you're the type of person that likes Beau is Afraid and Skinned Deep, then this is going to be your exact jam.
That's true. I hated Beau is Afraid, but I really loved Skin Deep.
Yeah. And this is a pretty bad mashup of those two concepts.
Yeah, I refused to watch Eddington. I can't do it.
Eddington? What's that?
That's his new, the Beau is Afraid guy, Ari Aster's latest film. It's on HBO right now.
Oh, for real? That sounds terrible.
It's a political satire, I guess, about a small town that is, like there's the hard right and then the left people in the town, and they're fighting each other over, but it's Ari Aster-y, so it's kind of, surreal and zany. I don't know. It looks like shit.
Oh, yeah.
No interest in watching it. It's got Pedro Pascal, because of course it does.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the 2020s. You must have Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's got good people in it, but it just, I don't know. I'm not interested in it. Maybe I'll watch it one day when I'm really bored or something.
Yeah, I guess Ryan Reynolds or The Rock weren't available that day.
That's correct. I think they might have had, like, Lapland The Rock in it or something.
Okay.
He's jumped continents.
Nice. Oh, nice. All right, well, that's enough about this movie, John. John, what else have you been consuming of late?
I'm not caught up with Welcome to Derry, but I have watched a few of those, and apparently something hardcore must have happened in episode 7, because everybody was shitting their pants on social media today. But I'm up to date with season 2 of Landman, which I really like, even though it definitely has its problems, and the biggest problem is that pretty much all the women in it are terrible. But it's very misogynistic in that respect. But it's also about Texas oil men who are very misogynistic. So there's that. I didn't really watch any movies. I'm watching the first season of Plebes or however the fuck you say it. The British sitcom about 3 losers who live in ancient Rome and are trying to get laid and be cool, and failing miserably. One of them is the slave of the other, even though he doesn't do any slave things. He just has a weird, like, mushroom head haircut, and it's very, like, typical, like, wacky British comedy, but I loved it.
Nice.
What else? I started watching Tulsa King. With Sly.
Sly, yeah.
And it's funny. He's actually really good in it. But it's got that Taylor Sheridan thing, which for me, it's like, I like the stuff that I see, but I also feel like I'm dirty when I watch his stuff, like I'm a bad person or something. I don't know why. It's something about his stuff, but yeah, I didn't really watch. I haven't watched any good movies, but how about you?
I kept seeing Welcome to Derry pop up, and it just kept reminding me, man, I really want to watch a good Stephen King thing, and that eventually reminded me that I never finished watching season 2 of Castle Rock. So I finally hunkered down, and I'd only seen the first episode. I finally hunkered down and I watched it, and it is fucking great. It's as good as season 1, and it has a nice little tie-in to the story. It's fucking great. So I watched season 2 of Castle Rock. It completed, like, that was their plan. Like, they were like, yeah, we're gonna do 2 seasons, that's it. And so it was just a nice little, like, topper to everything. And then I started watching Welcome to Derry. I think I'm 3 episodes in, whichever episode it is where she freaks out in the grocery store because all of the jars of pickles have her, like, sexually abusive dad in it.
Chunks of her dad who died in an industrial pickling accident.
Ah, that was a detail I did not pick up on. Nice.
Yeah, he owned the pickle factory in Derry, and there was some horrible accident where he was dismembered, and I don't know if he was actually like accidentally jarred or whatever, but that's why she sees all the chunks of him in the pickle jars, which was hilarious.
Wow, you'd think that the people of that town wouldn't be like, what the fuck is wrong with you, whenever she has a hard time in the pickle aisle of the grocery store. But no, she accidentally breaks one jar of pickles and has a little problem, and everyone's like, you're a freak!
Off to the mental house.
Yeah, that town blows so much ass, but I'm enjoying it so far. It's nice because it's not like all super canonical Stephen King-y.
Yeah.
And there's really like gross stuff like that horrible demon baby with the giant bubo flopping around on one side.
It's so over the top and they just don't give a shit, and it's amazing.
Yeah. So I'm digging that. I'm looking forward to this shit our pants episode 7 thing that I'll get to one of these days.
Yeah, me too.
That's great stuff.
Yeah.
Did you rewatch The Ritual? If not, that's okay, because I have rewatched it so many times that I didn't feel like I needed to.
I'm the same. I didn't rewatch it. I haven't had a lot of time, so I actually didn't watch any movies since we last recorded. Like 5 days ago.
Shh! No, not behind the curtain. They don't need to know that we're stacking up recording so that we can have a vacation in December.
I mean, 2 weeks ago.
There it is. There it is. Yeah. When you hear this, we'll be all caught up on current events, just like you.
Correct.
Yeah. But yeah, I gave The Ritual a 666 because that movie fucking slaps ass.
Oh man, I love that fucking movie. Three sixes for me, 3 6s for the book. I fucking love it.
Oh yeah, I ended up reading that book. It's great. I ended up like downloading more of his fucking audiobooks. I think I've got like, it's called like Queer Folk or something like that.
Yeah,
Strange
I forget.
Folk.
Cunning Folk.
Cunning Folk, yeah. Cunning Linguist.
That's a good book. He's a super nice guy too. If you ever ask him questions online, he'll answer. He's super cool.
Oh, did you hear, speaking of authors who are super cool and totally neat, did you hear that Jan Karan is publishing a new Mitford novel?
Oh, no. Neat! Oh, man. Oh, yeah. I can't wait.
Oh, man, I have to find out what happens to that mountainside village next.
Man, I'm pogo sticking around on my boner for that.
Oh, man. In 2 weeks, we will revisit Gareth Evans's Apostle from 2018. Around the early and mid-20s of our episodes, we were like, ooh, let's watch all of the good things on Netflix and then cancel our subscription.
Yeah, no shit.
Both good things.
Both good things.
Yeah. So, stay tuned for that. And then, John, when next we meet, we're going to be going back to the past, a little bit deeper into the past than we often do. We kind of tend to not dip below the 70s too often, every once in a while. This is from 1965, and I believe this is our first foray into Mario Bava's filmography. Have we done any Mario Bava?
No, I don't think we have. No, we've done Fulci, but
yeah, we've done Fulci. I don't even think we've done Argento, have we?
No, I don't think... God, that's weird. No, I don't think we have.
Huh. Fuck you, Argento.
Ah, you Italian douche.
Yeah, we're doing everyone else before you, except for that one other guy who I forgot his name.
Guido Cantaloni.
Yes, there are 4 Italian directors.
Giuseppe Bonanza.
Oh, yeah, Giuseppe Banana Hammock.
That's the one.
Yeah. But yeah, we're doing, it's a sci-fi horror crossover flick known by the name Terror nello Spazio, or if you're in America, it is Planet of the Vampires.
Oh, delightful.
Yes.
I don't even know if I've seen any Mario Bava films. That's crazy.
Really? Oh, you've totally seen some Mario Bava films.
Maybe. He dips into that era where I'm kind of afraid, or used to be kind of afraid to watch stuff, because it was always going to be so bad, the 60s.
So fucking Italian.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, 1960s Italy, we're not dealing with anything weird.
But this one, this movie looks fucking insane, so I'm pretty excited about it.
It is great. Have you read any of the lore yet?
No, I don't know anything about it.
Oh boy. Just you wait. 2 weeks, and then we're gonna dive into the film and the lore. 2 weeks from now, John and I will be recording upon it. Not any less amount of time.
Nary a day less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, it'll be 2026 when next we record.
Maybe a fortnight, I'm not sure, because I don't know how long that is.
Oh, it's 14 days, or one video game.
That my son played for 14 months nonstop.
Oh my god, yeah, that's some good shit. That's like, you're done with Minecraft, and now it's time to level up to that Fortnite, the one that ruined the word for the rest of us.
Is that the first-person shooter / weird tower building thing?
I think that is, in fact, the one where you run around doing construction and gunplay.
It's like, this game looks terrible, and he loved it.
Yeah. Well, from watching my nephew, I can tell you that a lot of modern console games are real shitty.
Oh, yeah, the future is bad.
Yeah. Back in my day, a game controller had 4 arrows and 2 buttons on them. And that's all you needed. How many joysticks you got on that little piece of shit?
You got them magic twangers on there?
Why is it shaped like 2 dildos? One for the front, one for the back.
Why's you got to diddle it while you're playing?
You telling me that it does a rumbling and it's not for putting inside you?
Does a rumbling.
Look at all them little sensation nubbies on it. That's gotta be for something.
That's gotta get up in there.
Oh no, I've upset the kitty.
Oh no.
She's like, please don't laugh.
She's squirting blood everywhere.
Yeah, shooting out of her neck.
Like an unattended fire hose.
Oh no, now I'm sad.
Poor kitty.
All right. Well, as promised, the link to the interview is not a link, but it's a vocal thing. I will say to you, the website is Father Son Holy Gore, and it's some guy whose tagline is "Overanalyzing Pop Culture Since 2014," and he has an interview in 2019. Oh, his name is, or her name is C.H. Newell, and in 2019 they posted an interview called Father Son Holy Gore's interview with FX legend Gabe Bartalos. So go find that and read it with your eyes.
Ah, excrement. I'm excited.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, whoa. Sorry. All right, John, do we need to talk about anything else before we let these nice people wait until this episode runs out and then play whatever's next in their queue?
I don't think so. I can't think of anything.
Okay, well, go out there, be in the future, but not too far in the future, and don't hold any of this against us.
Yeah, and we're sorry you have to skydive with dead turkeys.
Oh, man, that is, like, so good.
Pretty impressive stuff, I'll admit.
I bet it smelled bad after a while.
Oh, they're so dirty when they land on the ground.